Hey everybody, it's Barbara Greenberg from Launch My Kid, coming to you from my in-laws' kitchen. And I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. And this is blog number 7 of Parents Please Stay in Your Lane. Because it's a holiday and I'm on the road, I thought it would be fun to have a few special guests with us today on Parents Please Stay in Your Lane. Some very special parents. I would like to introduce you to my very special father-in-law, Marshall Greenberg, who I love very much. Hello. And so Marshall and I have been talking about how he stayed in his lane raising my fabulous husband, David Greenberg. And Marshall and I were talking about, knowing your kids when you might need to be a little bit more strict or give them more autonomy or freedom. And what we both decided is it really depends on your child and knowing them. And remember too that we've talked about a few different ways for us to learn about how we can be our best selves, and it starts with understanding our personality traits. We talked about introverts and extroverts. We've also discussed the sensing versus intuitive traits, and also the thinking versus feeling traits. Those are the things that we might want to pay attention to as we interact with our children. And then later on, we'll learn more about our children's traits.
From the time he was very little, I always felt that he had a maturity beyond his age, and I trusted his judgment, except when I felt like it was, he was doing something that was terribly risky, obviously.
What did you do then?
Then I made sure that he didn't do it. I mean, if it was seriously risky, I didn't either give him the permission or the means to do things. But I gave him a lot of leeway because he rarely if ever, seemed to want to do something that I felt was either dangerous or to himself or the people around him or not healthy. But I don't remember conflicts about that. I don't remember having things where, he felt very strongly about wanting to do something, and I felt very strongly that he shouldn't do it. And so, the longer that goes on, the more you trust someone's judgment. Think, okay, it's been okay in the past. I later found out that he did some things that surprised me when I found out about them later. Like he told me about a party that he had when we were away on vacation. Never would have expected that of him. At the time I thought, oh my God, I can't believe that. It's just so inconsistent with everything I saw in him. I just wanted to believe that he could be trusted.
Maybe the idea is that all kids will bend the rules a little bit. Kids and teenagers are still going to take some risks. However, how they take those risks can sometimes determine whether or not there's destruction and chaos and mayhem, and also the type of friends that he had. Those friends may have taken some risks, but maybe they were within the bounds of normal teenage risk-taking. More kinds of excess or excessive drinking or using drugs and might have led to some more serious consequences. I remember Dave and I were in high school together, and we weren't a group of kids that took anything to excess. We stayed pretty close to knowing when things were safe and when things were going to get out of control. And speaking of, my husband is right here. Dave, do you want to pop in and say hi? We have an intergenerational opportunity here.
Hello. And look, we both wear plaid.
Anyway, your dad was just sharing with us how he stayed in his lane, raising you, and a lot of it had to do with your good judgment and him trusting you.
He was a great role model for that. Absolutely.
What were some of the things that your dad did that you think, helped you turn into this fabulous man that you are, an incredible father, as a matter of fact?
And son.
And son.
And son. He always, Dad always let me kind of follow my passion and the things that I enjoyed doing. He supported me in, and I don't think ever really steered me in any particular direction on things. But when I was looking for direction and asked him for it, he would provide me with advice. Other than that, he would, again, support the things that I wanted to do, and didn't try to push me towards things that I didn't enjoy or didn't want to do.
There you have it, friends. These are two examples of people who have figured out how to have an incredible parent and son relationship, and I'm the beneficiary of all of it. And so are our daughters. So just want to say, everybody, hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving, and parents, please give your kids a hug and practice staying in your lane.